ahead and get this one pushed out there real quick. Today's topic, well, first of all, this is Haywood Barber, the Harlem Heretic, coming at you on a Monday, the 25th of February, 2013. And real quick, and it's going to be a quickie today, real quick one. It's all about keeping your faith. Never let the faith die. I'm a true, firm believer in hitting the floor on a regular basis and saying my prayers and being very grateful to the Father for everything that I have on an ongoing, regular basis. And now, having said that, specifically, we're going to talk about the faith factor and having the faith in the things that we want to do, the things that, even the places where we want to go in the future, the immediate future and the long-term future. I like to do 5-year range goals. Right now, as everyone knows, that's been listening to my shows lately, I'm going to put 5 solid years into podcasting, radio broadcasting, the whole media, the media piece of learning everything that there is to know about being a radio host, which, the components of podcasting and the hosting, interviewing, even, giving enlightenment on all the things that I know and the things that I'm learning. Of course, still keeping in line with my students and my training and my real estate investments and all that good stuff. I'm going to continue all of that, and I'm going to give all that away. I'm going to give all that information away in my shows. But when we talk about the faith piece, is that I believe I'm an entrepreneur. I love, doing everything I can to be self-sufficient and being independent. And I like to do everything that I can to show other people how to do that. One thing that I've learned over the years is that if you can't get that faith piece together, that is a strong lack of foundation. I would say that the concrete, yes, is the foundation, but it's the mix. Faith is the mix that keeps the sand and rocks all together, that makes the foundation possible. Knowing that God is behind you, is with you, and giving you everything that you need in order to accomplish any goal. I've learned that not everyone wants to be a millionaire. And when I first went about my quest of becoming a millionaire, and a lot of people said, well, that's your thing. And it was true, it was my thing. And then when I decided, when I accomplished all those goals, when it had to do with money and the different components to bring money into the mix and put the faith to it. See, once God wants to know that we are sincere about the things that we say. See, because a lot of people say a lot of things, and then all of a sudden the next new thing comes along, and then we jump onto that. So God knows that our sincerity is weak. So there's no reason for Him to do His magic. How to make a miracle happen immediately is by using and exercising faith. And if maybe we're missing what it actually is, and I probably should look the word faith up just so that we all know. But see, because I know in my heart what it means, and I'm not even going to do that. Just assume that you know what the big piece of faith is, and that's in that. If you are truly believing in what it is that you want, that absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to happen. God will deliver it. And I know that a lot of us listen to um, the various morning preachers and the Sunday morning preachers, and sometimes you can walk away with the thought that if you don't do a certain thing that is written in the Bible, or the interpretation of that thing that you have not done, then you are not going to receive the blessings from God. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's absolutely not true. God sets us up so that if we believe in the very thing that we want and we are with Him, then He will deliver. Now that's I'm not going to preach sermon to you, because I know most of my listeners and the people that know me probably read the Bible just as much as I have, and even more. So you know that the words are there, and this is an encouragement that I give you, and ask you, please do your own reading. Do not take the word of the pastor, and I'm not talking about your pastor. In most cases, I'm not talking about your pastor, but people should know, and maybe not you, because your pastor got you good, but do your own reading and do your own digging so you can understand exactly what the words are, because sometimes in the presentation of the leader or the pastors, sometimes the interpretation gets lost, because a lot of people are walking around without the things that they want in life, because they're actually missing the piece that God said, ask and you shall receive. And see, some people mess it up by thinking that there's something that you have to do first and then you will receive. Well, that's not the case. It's almost, and forgive me if this comes off politically incorrect, it's almost like having your own genie bottle. But the minute that you contradict in your mind that it's going to work, then it's over. God will not deliver. So don't let the faith die. Never let the faith die. Because the faith is what makes the magic of God, His miracle, happen for you. So don't walk around talking, and I'm going to go through this kind of episodes over and over again. I'm going to go into some for us as adults, young adults, parents, because see, our children are watching us as well. I'm not going to go into it, but just we have to make sure that if we're telling our children to believe in God and to pray for a certain thing, and then we make our movements in contradictions of that thing that we want, it's never going to work for our children, and then they're going to grow up missing some pieces that will eventually move them further away, because they're watching us. We're telling them how to behave, and that behavior is not giving them results. And inevitably, if one is not getting results, they have a tendency to move on to something else, and therein lies the missing piece of faith, because you're not holding on and believing in. And I'm not even trying to even say that it's going to take a long time, because it doesn't. If you pray for something, and if you pray with the right confidence in that prayer, faith in that prayer, God can make it happen immediately. And I'm living proof of that faith, of that result in those deliverances. So I really want us to really see that piece, know that piece, and believe that faith will deliver the exact results for you if you don't never let it slip away. All right, once again, this is Haywood Barber, the Harlem Heretic, bringing you just a little bit of something that I thought about today, and I wanted to make sure you got. I wasn't even going to do a show today. I just was going to been doing a lot of studying, because again, I'm going to put 5 years into this reinvention of myself, with all the real estate training that I've done and all my students and all that kind of good stuff. What I'm going to focus on is just giving enlightenment to those that want enlightenment. And I'm going to just, all the things I've done in the various careers I've had, I'm just going to pour myself into. That's just what God has put on my spirit, to just give, to serve. Right now in my bathroom, one of my 10-year goals, one of my long-term goals is, to develop a $1 billion company that I've made. And this is some of the writing, and one day I'll pull it off and I'll read it to you. And to have that company with a bunch of other people that are like mine. And this is another thing with faith. No sense in you believing that you're going to be a Denzel Washington or a Kerry Washington, and you're hanging out with chefs, because that doesn't fit. That doesn't have any continuity in what you're making happen. But I've been studying for the last 2 weeks, this whole everything that's related to radio hosting, podcasting, blogging with podcasting. Just that whole thing. Everybody already knows. They've seen. If any of you are coming from Facebook, I already have started learning affiliate marketing years ago when when we were doing the real estate investment training and putting that out there. We learned everything about information marketing. So I'm actually going to give all that away too. But recently I've been just learning about podcasting and becoming a radio host, and the different equipment that I'm going to have to buy and put together in my studio. Because this is real. This is where I'm going. And see, and as I fall asleep, my prayer to God is to make it an easy path. And I've already seen the development of that. How different people are coming out, showing me, giving me shortcuts to the next level. And God will do that to you as well. Just be faithful. Know that He is there, and He will give you the sense. It's already an automatic law, but you gotta believe. Once again, this is Haywood Barber, the Harlem Heretic. Heretic only means, in the word heretic, heresy, I march to my own beat. That's in the dictionary. So I know people have a connotation of what they think the word heretic means, or heresy, but it means someone that does not march in line with everybody else. I march to my own beat, blessed by the grace of God. Thank you, and have a great day, please.